6.
Protests supporting the Black Lives Matter movement continue in Madison today, 2 weeks to the day after the first protest in the city. You're looking at a live picture of East Washington Avenue and Stoughton Road, where protesters have closed off the intersection since early this afternoon. Madison Police Chief Vic Wall was there talking to protesters. We'll continue to follow this on News 3 Now at 10 and show you more of his interaction with those protesters. It's not the only protest downtown today. A group of medical students at the University of Wisconsin-Madison are joining the national movement, White Coats for Black Lives, in the fight to end racial inequality. Gabriella Becerra joins us now to explain what they hope to achieve.
The mission of White Coats for Black Lives is to eliminate racism in the practice of medicine and recognize racism as a threat to the health and well-being of people of color. Today, Madison physicians and medical students vowed to be the leaders of that change in this community.
Medical professionals in white coats flooded the state capitol. An effort to eliminate racial disparity and bias from their profession.
He cried out and he said, "I can't breathe." And when he did that, every healthcare professional around the nation heard him, and that is why we are here today.
Physicians say unequal access to health care needs is failing black people, most recently seen in the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the CDC, coronavirus death rates among black and African American people are substantially higher than those who are white.
People are dying. We are dying. And yet that is not a public health crisis?
Dr. Callistus Dita says he's rallying today because racial injustice is a public health crisis.
This is not a police problem. This is an American problem. This is intrinsically a cultural problem, and we have to fix this from a system point of view.
The organization is working toward a more diverse profession with doctors and nurses who look like their patients.
And it's something that we cannot stay silent on. It's something that as a medical community we need to speak out against.
And Dita says the change begins with simple questions.
Look in your community, look at where you work. How many people of color work there? How many African Americans do you have around you? How many of them were in your classes? Why aren't they there? Start asking questions. I want everyone to start asking those questions.
Students in the Student National Medical Association of the University of Wisconsin School of Medicine and Public Health chapter led today's rally. They were joined by many other medical professionals and community leaders.
Thank you so much, Gabby. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is investigating an armed robbery at a Sun Prairie gas station early this morning. Officials say a man with a silver handgun entered the BP on County Highway TT around 2 o'clock. The employee was able to get to a safe place behind a locked door. The man, who deputies say is about 5'10" and was wearing a dark face mask, left the gas station with several items. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Dane County Sheriff's Office. Amid ongoing protests against police brutality in the wake of George Floyd's death, the chief of the Atlanta Police Department is stepping down after a deadly officer-involved shooting last night. One man was killed after an altercation with police at a Wendy's drive-thru in the city. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says an officer shot and killed 27-year-old Ray Shard Brooks. Investigators say Brooks was asleep in his car in the drive-thru when police arrived. Officials say he failed the sobriety test and resisted arrest. That's when officers tried to use a taser on him. But Brooks allegedly grabbed the taser and turned it on the officer. Police opened fire on Brooks, and he later died at a hospital.
We are going to support this family, and we want to make sure that justice is done in the city of Atlanta. This just underscores another police-involved shooting in this city. And we've said it before and we'll say it again. Atlanta has a police brutality problem. It didn't start with our dear brother, Mr. Brooks.
One officer was injured in this incident. Police say they plan to release more video from the shooting later tonight. Let's get a look at your first warned weather with Dana Fulton. A lot of sun today, and it really wasn't too hot out there.
No, it's really nice outside. A really nice spring day for us. We've had a lot of sun, and thankfully the second half of our weekend is also going to include quite a bit of sunshine. That's not really going to shift up much for our Sunday. Here's a live look in Platteville with a clear sky. Downtown also clear with our Edgewater sky cam. Temperature-wise, we're sitting in the mid-60s with our dew points at the low 50s, so it feels really comfortable outside. A little breezy. Our breeze coming to the east about 10 miles per hour. Right now, we do have some light showers at the very far west edge of the state, just outside of Platteville and Dubuque. You might see a little light rain coming down. Tomorrow, another mostly sunny day. Temperatures will be in the low 70s, so not quite as cool outside, but overall a really nice afternoon for Sunday before a warm week ahead. We'll take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. Turning to our coronavirus headlines, the percentage of positive coronavirus tests in Wisconsin has dropped again today, down to 2.4%. That's down from 2.8% yesterday. Health officials are reporting 272 new cases over the past day, bringing the state's total near 22,600. 2 more people have died due to complications of the virus. Nearly 72% of all positive cases have recovered. Dane County is moving into the next phase of its reopening plan. The county will start phase 2 on Monday. This allows for restaurants, gyms, and retailers to open at 50% capacity. County health officials say to move to this next phase, they needed more than half of the 9 metrics they were tracking since phase 1 to be green. Not only does phase 2 expand capacity for businesses, but it also doubles sizes for outdoor gatherings and increases sizes for indoor gatherings. The governor of New York is encouraged by his state's progress fighting the pandemic. In his daily briefing, Governor Andrew Cuomo says the state went from the highest level of virus transmission in the nation to the lowest in about 100 days. Cuomo says it's the most dramatic turnaround in the nation and maybe even on the globe.
We're coming down. We reopen. The number continues to drop. That is anomalous to the rest of the nation.
Cuomo says parts of New York will enter phase 3 of reopening next week. Meanwhile, at least 19 states are now seeing a surge in coronavirus cases, and the CDC is issuing a new warning that time spent with others greatly increases risk of catching the virus. Coach USA will resume its commuter bus service between Janesville and O'Hare Airport starting on Monday. The bus company suspended its airport service in early April due to the pandemic, but they say they have implemented cleaning and disinfecting procedures for all buses. President Trump highlighted diversity and emphasized unity in his commencement address to West Point's graduating class today. The speech comes as the president faces criticism for his response to the nation's protests. CBS News' Michael George has more from New York.
What has historically made America unique is the durability of its institutions against the passions and prejudices of the moment.
In his speech to more than 1,100 West Point graduates, President Trump did not directly mention the protests that have swept the nation.
When times are turbulent, when the road is rough, what matters most is that which is permanent, timeless, enduring, and eternal.
The president celebrated the diversity of the class of 2020 at the historic U.S. Military Academy, about 40 miles north of New York City.
You have come from the farms and the cities, from states big and small, and from every race, religion, color, and creed.
The president thanked the National Guard for its work during the protests. Earlier this month, the commander-in-chief rankled military leaders when he threatened to deploy U.S. troops to American cities to quell unrest after George Floyd died under the knee of a Minneapolis police officer. And Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Mark Milley expressed regret for accompanying President Trump to St. John's Church after peaceful protesters were cleared from the area.
My presence in that moment and in that environment created a perception of the military involved in domestic politics.
While protesters chanted outside West Point, the president saluted as cadets' names were read aloud. Coronavirus precautions meant family and friends had to watch online.
God bless America. Congratulations.
After the ceremony, cadets who were seated 6 feet apart tossed their hats into the air and hugged. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
West Point graduating class members were tested for coronavirus as they returned to campus late last month. More than 15 were isolated for 2 weeks after testing positive. Joe Biden appeared at Wisconsin's virtual Democratic convention last night. In a 3-minute pre-recorded video, the presumptive Democratic nominee said Democrats have to do more than just beat President Trump to ensure change in the U.S. Biden says they have to keep the House of Representatives and win back the Senate.
That's why I'm running for president. That's why I stand united with every single Democrat behind our mission to beat Donald Trump and restore real leadership through the White House.
Biden said the stakes have never been higher in the country and Democrats have to work harder than ever before. The former vice president also intends to accept his nomination in August in Milwaukee, despite the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. DNC Chairman Tom Perez has said the convention will not abandon Milwaukee, even though most of the convention will likely be virtual. Idaho officials have confirmed the human remains found on a man's property belonged to his wife's 2 children. The 2 children had been missing since September. A vigil was held last night in Idaho Falls for Tylee Ryan and Joshua Vallow, whose bodies were discovered on the property of Chad Daybell earlier this week. Daybell currently faces charges of destroying evidence and concealing human remains. His wife and the children's mother, Lori Vallow, faces charges related to child abandonment. There's more on News 3 Now at 6. One of the biggest annual award shows is making efforts to be more inclusive in the future. And tonight at 10, as farmers markets around our area continue to reopen, we find out what it will take for the Dane County Farmers Market to look like it used to this summer. The answer tonight at 10.
Managing type 2 diabetes? You're on it. Exercising often and eating healthy? Yep, on it there too. You may think you're doing all you can to manage type 2 diabetes and heart disease, but could your medication do more to lower your heart risk? Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease, so it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke, and it lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
You could call the celebrity lifestyle a bit excessive. But what do you call an SUV roomy enough for these good boys? And the ones in the back.
Has over $3 million of overstock, clearance, and one-of-a-kinds at rock-bottom prices. Get amazing closeouts before they're gone, like these dining chairs, $89 each. This accent chair, $99. Nightstands, $199. Sofas starting at $299. Queen bed marked down to $329. Power recline sofa, $599. All of these great deals, plus an extra 10% off all clearance. Plus, save up to 85% on name brand clearance mattresses. Shop now through Sunday at Steinhoffel's.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Good. By the left. Quick. March.
Queen Elizabeth held her official birthday celebration today. This is video from Windsor Castle where soldiers performed for the Queen. She turned 94 in April, but her birthday ceremony was canceled due to the pandemic. Today's celebration was the first time she had been seen at an outside event since the beginning of the country's lockdown nearly 3 months ago. The Oscars are announcing new initiatives to expand diversity and inclusion within the filmmaking industry. The Academy's effort is called Academy Aperture 2025. It includes a plan to require Oscar nominees to meet certain diversity and inclusion standards. Officials haven't announced many details, but say they are creating a task force of film industry leaders to develop new standards for representation for Oscar eligibility by late July. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, dozens of graduates are celebrating the end of high school today in a parking lot. Plus, a sunny and dry week is on the way. Dane is back with your first warn forecast next.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. That's why your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers. If you need a new Silverado, get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,500 cash allowance on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available.
It's totally normal to have constipation with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
More exercise, more water, and more fiber is the only way to manage it.
Is it?
Maybe you think it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
It could be a chronic medical condition called IBS-C, and time to say yes to Linzess. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Change your thinking to IBS-C. If your constipation and belly pain keeps coming back, tell your doctor and say yes to Linzess.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites, and always a smile.
Today, some things do stand firm. Those you can lean on, the things that matter, and the importance of you being you. That's why, no matter the type of care you need, or the way you need it, we're here every day, safe and ready. Because wherever you are in your world, you're the focus of ours. Safe care your way. Unity Point Health Meriden, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
The Madison community is still celebrating its seniors, even after the school year ended without its usual fanfare. Bethel Lutheran hosted a graduate parade in the Alliant Energy Center parking lot today. The entire community was invited to cheer on the graduates who rode in the back of cars. Organizers say they've been looking to still find ways to gather as a congregation during stay-at-home orders and say today's parade was the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, it's important to provide opportunities for people to, get that face time and feel loved and celebrated, even though, they're very much grieving the loss of life as it could have been, beyond quarantine. So.
Organizers say nearly 20 graduates participated in today's parade. And we'd like to remind everyone, News 3 Now is celebrating graduating high school seniors. Our special programming class of 2020, Born to Make History, continues tonight. We're airing commencement ceremonies for Madison's public high schools. You can watch the Capitol High Malcolm Shabazz ceremony next at 6:30, Madison Memorial at 7 o'clock, and Madison West at 8 o'clock. That's airing right here on News 3 Now and streaming live on channel3000.com. Let's get a look at your first warn weather with Dana Fulton now. A little cooler outside today, but it felt good.
A little cooler, but still very sunny, still very springy like outside. Now, tomorrow won't be quite as cool. We'll add on just a few degrees to the afternoon, but we're still staying sunny. In fact, we don't have any rain really in the forecast for the next several days, any large systems passing through. Temperatures, as we get closer to the middle of the week, will climb right on up. We'll be in the upper 80s by Wednesday, and then that next chance for rain comes in on Thursday. It'll back us off a little bit closer to about 80 degrees as we look ahead to next weekend. Light showers right now just outside of Platteville. Most of the area, though, seeing a clear, sunny sky. We have high pressure just off to the northeast. That's keeping things calm today. Throughout the northern Midwest, it's been a really nice Saturday, and the situation isn't going to change much overnight. In fact, Sunday's looking very similar. Again, just not quite as cool outside. Overnight, we are mostly clear. Temperatures will drop to the mid-40s for our overnight lows, so you will certainly not need the AC 80 for your overnight hours. Tomorrow afternoon will be close to 70 for afternoon highs with a mostly sunny sky. And as we head into Monday, we are expecting temperatures to climb just a little more. Some cloud coverage along the western edge of the state for early in the day on Monday, but otherwise partly sunny throughout the afternoon. Our temperature trend in that 6 to 10 day outlook, not very likely that we will swing either above nor below average. We're kind of sliced right in the middle here where we don't have any big indicators in either direction, and that kind of lines up with our 10-day. We aren't seeing any spikes or any drops as we look ahead to the weekend and next weekend and the following week. Tomorrow will be close to 71 for our afternoon highs. Again, mostly sunny outside and just not as cool as today, but still really pleasant outside with those temperatures and enjoying the sunshine. Partly sunny on Monday. We'll hop up to the upper 70s, and then we're in the 80s for the middle of the week. By Wednesday, we'll be in the upper 80s, so our heat index readings will start to factor in again. It could feel like the mid to low 90s at times. Upper 80s on Thursday as well. That'll be our next chance for some showers and thunderstorms passing through. Behind that system, we'll fall back closer to 80 degrees for our afternoon highs heading into next weekend, and then drop back into the 70s for the following week. But we'll be a little warmer and a little more humid yet again by the middle of the week. Those heat index readings, when they creep up, it gets a little muggy outside.
Yeah, and it really starts to feel like summer.
It does, yes.
Thank you so much, Dana. Still ahead, COVID-19 changed a lot for winter sport athletes, but one Badger took control of the situation and made the best of it. Their story next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your bank can be virtually any place you are. You can deposit checks from here, and you can see your transactions and check your balance from here, and pay bills from here. Because your bank isn't just one place. It's virtually any place you are. Just download and use the Chase mobile app. Visit chase.com/mobile.
Bathing safety is essential. So call Mad City Baths for high-quality, easy-access bath and shower designs installed in as little as 1 day. From walk-in and barrier-free showers to walk-in tubs with microban protection to prevent the growth of bacteria, mold, and mildew. Premium wall patterns like Canyon Rock, Sierra Sand, and more. Mad City Baths is Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. Call now during our summer spectacular sale. Get a new bath or shower for only $49.95. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And call during this program for a free $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Now offering flexible installation schedules and virtual online estimates. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. Be sure to ask about Mad City's Do More discount. Get additional savings on new windows and kitchen upgrades. We're going to put a great product in your home, like our durable one-day bath and shower systems. See the before and after difference? We have thousands of satisfied customers.
I'd rate Mad City Baths 10 out of 10 because of how easy they were to work with, how professional their salespeople and their installers were, and then the quality of the finished product.
Be sure to take advantage of the savings during our summer spectacular sale. Get a new bath or shower for only $49.95. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And call during this program for a free $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Now offering virtual online estimates. Call 608-729-4466.
While many restaurants have been shut down over the past few months, one has been making plans to open. We'll tell you about Madison's newest restaurant Sunday morning.
And it'll be a great day for outdoor dinner plans before a hot week ahead. The forecast Sunday at 6:30.
Well, golf was the lone sports action that we had in the world today, so a lot of eyes on the pros at the Charles Schwab Challenge, including guys like Rory McIlroy, who usually can never fit this into his schedule, but with the COVID-19 outbreak, think his calendar was pretty free coming into this weekend. Jordan Spieth led a chunk for the chunk of the day at Colonial in Fort Worth, Texas, bearing this long birdie putt on 8. That would move him to 12 under, but it was a crowded day at the top of the leaderboard. Xander Schauffele managing to break away from the bunch, a short one for him on 18 as well, to improve to 13 under, where he currently stands alone going into tomorrow's final round. But right behind him, there's a 5-way tie for second place. That includes Spieth as well as Justin Thomas. Well, former Badger wrestler Seth Gross had a plan going into this summer, but then the COVID-19 outbreak threw a wrench into his schedule. So he took some advice from his head coach and grasped the opportunity that was right in front of him. Seth Gross has had a few titles in his lifetime: conference champion, NCAA champion.
Seth Gross is a champion.
And in the last few months, he's added a couple more to that list. Fiance and homeowner. Now you can add coach to that list. Gross was named an assistant for the Wisconsin wrestling team, something he's always wanted to do.
Try to get back to the sport as much as I can. And I know I've always had a passion for it. And it's, one of my favorite things when I'm able to help somebody reach their goals.
But for Seth, this year's goals of another conference and national title were cut short by COVID-19. So it was time to regroup a bit.
We kind of settled back a little bit, and now it's more about just staying in shape and a lot of running, cardio stuff.
And remember words that his head coach Chris Bono says a lot.
The 3 things that you can always control is your hustle, effort, and attitude. And that's 3 things that no matter what you're doing, no matter what happens around you, you have full control over that.
But at the same time, Seth hopes to stay relatable as an assistant coach.
Just graduated, and I just, I've experienced, I got in trouble in college. I went through surgery and had a year off.
While staying in competitive shape.
The biggest thing for me is that I needed to find somewhere where I can continue to do that college training, because that's when I'm at the best shape of my life.
So that next year, he can add another title to his list: Olympic champion. And Amanda, another really cool thing, his now fiance, Rana Heaton, she is also a wrestler as well. So it's definitely fun to watch their videos together. They definitely wrestle together, they practice together, they train together. So definitely a very lovely pair that they are.
And that's just such a good outlook to have: hustle, effort, and attitude. Those 3, they're the only thing you can really control. So any of us can take that and, run with it. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Amen.
All right, let's look back at some weather.
Yeah, so we're expecting another really nice day tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies with high temperatures in the low 70s. Partly sunny skies on Monday with highs in the upper 70s, so we'll jump up a little bit. By the middle of the week, those temperatures will be in the 80s. So we warm up quite a bit for the middle of the week. Heat index readings will be in the 90s for Wednesday and Thursday. Our next chance for showers will come in on Thursday. We'll see those develop late in the day. Could see some stronger thunderstorms as well. And by next weekend, we'll be in the low 80s. So warmer than this weekend, but it looks like we'll stay dry for Saturday with another rain chance on Sunday, and then into the 70s for the following week. So like you said, back to a little more of a summer flavor with temps in the 80s there.
All right. Thanks so much, Dana, and thanks for joining us. Have a great night.